Oh, what's up YouTube? We're back at it again. I gave you the top 5 pros of being stationed in Great Lakes and or Chicago, so let's give you the negatives, because I boosted you guys up here, and I gotta bring you right back down. Before we jump in the video though, my Instagram and Snapchat will be in the description. Also, I'm live streaming every Sunday at 6 p.m. If you wanna come hang out, hit that notification bell so that you're notified of when I'm going live. Also, post on my Snapchat and Instagram story, but just so you don't miss it, hit that bell. So first, obviously the weather. I grew up in the Midwest, and I know a bunch of other people who grew up in the Midwest be like, oh, you know, I'm used to weather. Like, don't get me wrong, when I was 16 and I was driving a truck, it was once so cold in Illinois, it's like -40, to where so cold on the outside, so hot on the inside of my car, that my windshield just split like that, a huge line down my windshield. Kind of like a story I tell all the time, like Midwest problems, you know, or saying oop.
You know what's funny?
What?
I say that.
I do too. When I bump into people on the elevator, I go oop, and then I realize like people don't actually do that unless you're like from Illinois or.
I feel retarded when I say it.
Yeah, I didn't even notice till people started pointing it out. Anyway, yeah, it's actually colder in Great Lakes because you're living on the lake. If you guys don't know, when you're stationed in Great Lakes, A school side, you're like actually on the lake, and the air like bouncing off the lake into you is so much worse. And I used to have to do water testing because I was a corpsman up there, so I'd have to walk into the lake cold as shit, like 6 a.m., dunk the tube in, pull it out. Not crazy bad, but it was bad. To where someone who grew up in Illinois thought it was too cold, that I didn't want to go out. Number 2, it's easy to get in trouble. It's a very political command because there's A-schoolers there and they don't want you giving them a bad impression. So, say you like mess up, do something, hands in your pocket, you're walking with your uniform on, you can get hemmed up pretty easily. Why? Because they don't want the A-schoolers to get a wrong first impression, which is understandable. So there's this saying that they say in my command, always do the right thing, never do the wrong thing, you'll be all right, which is true, but sometimes you just put your hands in your pocket. Third con, the outside community, not the best. And once you're stationed up there, you're gonna know what I mean. It's obviously Chicago. It's not Southside Chicago, but there has been shootings off of the base where we get locked down. Or down the street where the bank gets robbed. So, always travel with a buddy, I guess. Fourth, most naval stations, you're there with ships and you're stationed on an ocean. And you're like, oh, sweet, hell yeah. Well, the only ocean you have here is actually a lake, and it's cold as shit. So, what's cool about Lake Michigan is they actually have kayaks on base, to where, here's a hint, tip, and trick for you guys that are stationed in Great Lakes, what me and my corpsman buddies did. Kind of bad, kind of not. They're here for us, so I don't really feel bad. It's the MWR. And they're like, okay, well, it's like, how much is it, like $5 for an hour or something? You can take a kayak for $5 for an hour. And they're like, oh, how long are you gonna stay out there? Because we'll charge you ahead of time. You just tell them an hour and they don't keep a tab on you. So if you're doing 5 hours, instead of paying all that money, just pay 1 hour. And worst comes to worst, they signal you down and say, hey, turn back in the kayak. So this top 5 video is now hints, tips, and tricks on how to rip off the MWR. And then 5th, I told you guys, oh, you're just a hop skipping away from Chicago. And that's if you're not leaving during rush hour, because rush hour is the worst. Honestly, I don't know what's worse, living in California or living in Chicago during rush hour. Because California, traffic's a little lighter, but the drivers will cut you off at any instinct trying to kill you. Chicago, it is bumper to bumper going 5 miles per hour for miles down the road. Something that would have been a 30-minute drive is now a 2-hour drive. And I really mean that. So for those of you in Illinois, I was in Naperville, Bolingbrook area growing up, right? 30-minute, at most 40-minute drive normally if it's clear. I went after work one day during rush hour, worst mistake of my life. I swear to God I didn't get there till like 7. Took like 2 hours. And you know what happened? Because I was on a callback roster for something. Hey Klein, we need you to come back in. Well, I'm like 2 hours out. Yeah, we'll see you when you get here. So, that was great. I gotta stop back home for 10 minutes. But yep, that's the top 5 cons. Obviously the pros outweigh the cons. That place is awesome. I'm now stationed in California, so it's kind of hard to decide because I also have family in Illinois, so who knows? I'm gonna let you guys make your own opinionated questions. See, that's the thing I like. Someone said that to me when I first got to my first command. One of my buddies ended up being a great mentor. Garcia. He was like, I saw him walking around disgruntled, just super mad. He's like, oh man, I was like, oh, does this place suck? He's like, no man, you need to make your own opinion. Don't take what I'm going through. And that was wise, man. So I'm passing that on to you. Make your own opinions on everything. I'll see you guys.